Hello, Multicrage here. And I was walking to school this morning, and I saw something that brought up this topic. Overprotective parents. Now, I don't mean parents that are just regular protective. I mean way over the top protective. Like, here is the first case I'm talking about. When kids go to school. Now, for the first few days, you'd expect parents, for kindergartners and all that, to walk them to the bus stop. Because now everybody has a bus stop no matter where you live, mostly. But you expect parents to walk them to the bus stop and do all that good, kind stuff. But when it's almost the end of the school year, they're about to be in first grade, they know what they're doing, they know where everything is. You don't have to walk them to their bus stop anymore. First week, at the max, is, by my standards, the requirement. But every single day, they're going to turn 6 or maybe 7. They're going to be in first grade, maybe second, depending on how protective the parent is. You'd think, unless if they're slow, retarded, whatever, you'd think that they would know where to go. And it's not 1 or 2 parents I saw. It was like 20 parents I saw. I'm just trying to walk to school because it was a late start. I just felt like walking. And I'm like, okay, crap little kids. Half of them with parents. Freaking April. Like, seriously? Like, let me give you an example of how it should be. When I was in kindergarten, I lived in, LaGrange, South Chicago area. And we lived in an apartment. I walked over to the school. End of story. I think maybe the first or second day, my dad was like, hey, I'm going to walk into the school so you know where to go. Or even at open house we did that. So I've always walked by myself. I not even taken a bus because it was like right there anyway. It's kind of pointless to take a bus and be like, hey, you're there. Hey, we moved 100 feet. Cool, I'm getting off now. But the fact still stands. I walked. But even when I took a bus, I was 4th grade when first time I took a bus, 3rd, 4th grade. I took the bus and said, hey, you should go straight home. I did that and then I went out. End of story. Parents try to be a little bit overprotective with that. They track kids, high school kids' phone. So this is not just little kid overprotective parents. There's still teenagers who have overprotective parents. They get their phones tracked. They check their kid's phone or use the, company they're with, US Cellular, Verizon, Wireless, whatever. They print out a sheet so they could be like, why were you saying this to this guy? Overprotective. Are you high, son? Dude, I just woke up. Really? Asking me if I'm high? Your eyes are red. I woke up. Fuck. Or you get out of the shower. Have you been doing heroin? No. Why are you red? It was hot water. I'll keep my eye on you. Parents get overprotective with everything. They don't even buy kids certain things because, again, they're way too overprotective. Okay, with the whole car situation, horrible stutter. With the whole car situation, I understand. I don't want to get my kid a car because he doesn't have his license yet. I don't have the money, grades. But if you do have a down payment for a car, you maybe even already bought one, or you know he's doing good in school, or he's trying to buy one for himself because he actually has a job, not like a lazy bastard, or trying to get a job and something. He has money for it, or if you have money for it, etc., etc., and you say, I want him to get a car even though he has his license and money. Why? I think it's too dangerous. I don't want him out in the streets driving around. He knows what he's doing. He or she. They know what they're doing. And yet, they even have their license. And yet you don't want to get them in the car because it's too dangerous. I actually know somebody who's not going to get a job until they're 18 because of their parents. They're a super nerd for school, you know, not for school, but they do well, and you know, A's, B's, or for classes he doesn't like, you know, lower grades, but he can't get a job until he's 18, or he can't drive until he's 18. I'm not sure, but if he can't drive until he's 18, that's even more ridiculous. Ridiculous. La la la. My point is, don't be overprotective. Let your kid walk to school by themselves if it's a walkable distance. Especially if they're a teenager. They know where they're going. If they're respectful, they will come back. Give them a phone, but don't check it. Don't look at it. Just make sure that you could call them on it. Call or text. Preferably call, because you know they're gonna answer a call. Or you could leave a voicemail or something. Just don't hold the kids back because you want to be too safe. Now, if they were in bad stuff before, you might want to check in on those certain areas, or you got to talk to your kids and be like, hey, don't do bad shit, and they'd be like, okay, that's how it should be. So there we go. Don't be overprotective. Kids will be liking you a little bit more, depending on how you are. Coming from a teenager's perspective, kids will like you more, or teenagers will like you more, parents, if you do not be overprotective. If you repeat stuff, if you keep on telling them, and they keep on saying, yeah, I know, they probably even repeat it back at you. Just don't drive it in their head. Don't hammer it in their brain. Like, be safe, don't do drugs, have sex with a condom, or just don't hammer it in so hard. Just tell them once, or if they make a mistake, tell them not to do it, etc., etc. And school teaches them this too. So they're not hearing it just from you, they're hearing it from the school. So they know what they're doing. If you do not get overprotective with it, and if you just be a likable parent. That's all I have to say about that subject. Nintendo... did I just do that? Multi-Crage, signing out. Bye. Go away.